collaboration and partnership with University of Washington, it's different than the regular educational process. It really is about how do you bring your culture, your history into the classroom in a meaningful way so that it impacts the future generations of our people. We were presented with the opportunity of doing this partnership with University of Washington for a bachelor's degree for early learners, and we were very, very excited about that. I've read research where it says that when you bring the community into the classroom, that children do better. So bringing our language and our culture that was stripped away from us during boarding school era, bringing that back to our people, not only positively affects our children, but also our families, because they get to learn more about who they are. And I think that this program does that. The conversations that they have in classrooms, the research that they're doing in classrooms is more relevant to us than if we went out to any other early learning bachelor's programs. The teachers need to be able to integrate and realize that learning about our history and our culture and our ways of being, that is important, and it is going to be impactful to these students. It's going to open up the world to them.
We have opened the first Native teacher cohort here with Tulalip Tribes, where we're finishing the first academic year with 6 students here in Tulalip to earn their bachelor's degree through kind of a hybrid model that we've designed of both in-person and online opportunities through a localized place-based design. We've been gathering data around language and culture education that takes a localized, seasonal, place-based approach with lands and waters. And so that's designing with the seasons. And we were bringing those goals, that experience, and that relational foundation into the co-design space when Filiberto was gathering us to think, is this something that tribes would want to have a partnership with UW to offer ECE degrees? And if so, what should it look like? Part of what was amazing, and this is while I was still faculty at Western and able to take a really kind of critical lens around program design with universities that historically have not served our nations well, Lynn and Miriam said yes to everything. It wasn't how are we going to partner with UW, but what are we sharing out for UW to figure out how to partner with us? And the ECE program did that beautifully.
Here in this cohort, it's definitely helped me develop into who I want to be culture-wise, but then also who I want our community to be. I think it makes it more meaningful that we're taking a course that's based off of Indigenous learning and Indigenous development and et cetera, and then bringing it back to our children.
Compared to other programs that I have experienced, it does feel a lot more personal because we're being taught different ways that we can use the environment that is around us specifically. Like we have the water right there, we have different trails, we have things that like we can harvest around here, and we're learning how to utilize those into our curriculum.
I went to a school off of the reservation, so I didn't learn any really aspects of my culture. And as an adult, I think it can be kind of intimidating to ask, to go out and like ask somebody to teach you these things and ask to have the opportunity to go learn. So I think it's exciting that we together in like a safe space, we get to learn these things and pass them on to the kids.
I grew up out here and we didn't have this kind of educational system. We didn't have the teachers going out and figuring out which plants we traditionally used or like how we used them and then bringing them back to class. Also, we didn't do beach walks. There wasn't like a lot of opportunity for cultural practices during school, which is really nice that we get to bring it because it's a new experience for the kids, but it's also a new experience for us. Talking to the different parents, the elders, and seeing what they want for their child so that we can bring it to them in a way that it's cultural, but it's also academic.
Asking like an elder on what places children should know about, and going off of that, the Bay is their home. So, like designing an activity where they can go down to the beach and get the crab, or go down to the marina and watch the fishermen load up the boat. The kids really liked that activity because it's people's way of life.
On a personal note, it's very transformative. Just passing that knowledge down is so important to like our culture, and being able to share our experiences and our knowledge, and like letting our children be confident in who they are is a beautiful experience.
We have to remember that everything wasn't taken from us. Our elders and our ancestors reserved the rights for us. I think that's a huge acknowledgement that people need to understand and know, because of course that's not taught in any educational systems or in any educational books. We are a sovereign nation, and we're sovereign for a reason.